Hello, Badger Ridge and Core Knowledge Middle Schoolers. This is Miss Newman back again for week 4 of some learning. What are we learning about? Last week we talked about grit and overcoming obstacles. And we broke it down into an acronym. G was give it your all, and we tackled that through positive self-talk. This week we're going to talk about the R of grit, which stands for redo if necessary. Okay. Does anyone like to redo things? I know me personally, I don't enjoy having to redo things, but I learned that it's actually really important for our brains. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret that no one told me. I learned it as an adult. Making mistakes and learning new things and having to redo assignments, redo our work, is good for our brain. Mistakes can be good. What? Right, we're doing some brain lifting, everybody. Weightlifting with our brains. So, to transform mistakes into growth, we got to do some strategic things and change the way we are looking at the mistake. We have 3 categories of how we can make mistakes actually good for us. One way we can make this work to our advantage is called a slowdown opportunity. So what is that? A slowdown opportunity is an accident. So like we make a mistake because we're going too fast, right? Because we're rushing. And we can fix that on our own, right? So what can you do if that's your type of mistake? Well, make yourself slow down and check your work a second time. For me, I have to take a break before I check it the second time. But if this works for you, do it because it will make your brain stronger. For medium-sized mistakes, we can turn things into a practice opportunity. So it's not like a rush mistake because you're going too fast, but it's more like, okay, I'm going to have to take my time and figure this out, right? And maybe I don't quite understand it yet, but you know where to look to get a better understanding. So for medium-sized mistakes, this is what we can do. Take some time to review and reflect, okay? Look at sample problems, read the chapter again. Sometimes I'll have to, sleep on something and come back to it the next day to give it a fresh eye or fresh brain, if you will. The third way we can make mistakes to work to our advantage is called a feedback opportunity. So that's for your bigger type mistakes, okay? That's where you are actually asking someone for help because you can't. So what can we do when this type of thing happens? We're all tangled up in the metaphorical rope of our assignment. That's where you don't want to give up at this point, okay? Don't let that, I just want to give up, give in. Try to change your thinking. We talked about that last week. The remote on your brain, turn the channel to positive. Ask for help, ask someone. And then reflect and revisit what they say and your stuff. Now, is this going to happen all in one day, quick, easy peasy? No. Sometimes this is a multi-day process, and that's okay. Just think of it, your brain is training for a marathon. That's the type of analogy for one of these bigger mistakes, how to conquer it and tackle it, and then use it for your own benefit. Picture your brain like it's a puzzle, see? By reflecting and investing in your own mistakes, you can complete the puzzle and continue learning. Look at that brain, getting buff. So don't give up on completing your puzzle. If we don't pay attention to our own mistakes, we're much more likely to repeat them, which slows down the whole learning process and our movement toward our goals. Also, sometimes the concepts we're learning in school are just plain difficult, and we need to try them a few times and fail before we get them right. Let's review. When we make mistakes, we're learning something. We can learn from them. Either we need to slow down and check our work, or we need to just take a moment to think and reread the instructions or reread the material. If it's too hard, are we going to quit when we're down in this pit? No, this is what learning feels like. If you're learning and you're struggling, that's a good feeling. we've got to train our brains to be okay with being uncomfortable, because that means you're actually learning. And if you need extra help, ask for it, because that's your right. We're here to teach you. And this learning pit is a good thing. Mistakes can be good for your brain. I'll see you next week. I hope you have a great rest of your week.